St. Andrews College is 2 miles away from here. That is the school people from Bland used to go. We are coming to the Pilliyar Koil temple. So we used to play on this side. Oh, this corner house that you see is the house that my parents built. This corner house. You can see the guard over there, and just behind that is where we were born. This is my cousins, my sisters, my great-grandmother's house, my uncle's house. Jalan patrningala. Indal pakathu lane bara veranum irukana theriya. Idile enter pannalam. In the center, in front of the church, between the fork on the road, in 94, after capture, and they had a Buddha statue and a boat tree, and it was there, I think, until 2006 or so. During the peace talk, there was discussion, and then the Ranil Wickramasinghe's government helped to transfer it someplace else into the forces, because it was right in front of the church in the corner. And my uncle's house opposite the church, just next to it, and it's destroyed. But the houses after that, 3 houses, the army is now occupying it since '92. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. You are here every year at least since '94. Last time I came in '82, I was inside. I was went everywhere. In 1964, I took a picture of the one-room house that I lived in. That's the only picture I have now. So it hurts that I can't step in the place where I was born. To me, personally, that is an affront that I have to not live with but fight for it. To me, that is occupation of property that does not belong to the government. Any government, whether it is Tamil government or anybody else's. It's an instinct that you want to protect your own home or own place where you were born. That doesn't seem to gain any credit with the government. And to me, that is their fundamental flaw. And the government doesn't seem to understand that kind of thinking. And without that, what do I have to reconcile with? Let the government reconcile with the idea that my right is as important as everybody else's individual's rights. Resolve that, and then I'll reconcile. Let them vacate all these places that they are occupying, not just the place I was born, but all, and then talk about reconciliation. To me, that is the first act of reconciliation. Talking about reconciliation is rubbish. So anybody who talks about reconciliation, I get very annoyed now because they don't seem to understand the fundamental principles of reconciliation. One of the reasons that I have achieved what I have achieved is perseverance. I would train every day, sometime no rest, and sometime I rest one day. But once the season is over, there's 2 days later I'm starting again. And on Saturdays, Sundays I'm having 2 sessions. Because I was not able to correct some of the faults, and I'm not able to do it properly, or I have failed in a meet that I felt that I'm better than that, I could do it. So I need to work on it and work on it. So it's like a hurdles. You can knock down all the hurdles if you keep on trying without falling. Or if you fall, you get up and run. So that perseverance is in all fields, not just in sports. I just can't stop. You're born with it, or some hormones driving you. And why am I working and coming here all this time? But it's a drive that you know it is needed, and you keep going. And that is what drove me to come here, and also to work at 78 and push myself to the limit. Today we will be meeting Ramanan, who is the coach, who I had the opportunity to coach him and also help him when he was a sports officer. One of his, at least, there are two of them who are quite good, but one is, I think, has the most potential. He's from Jaffna Hindu College. I have coached him once. He was like I was at his age, very uncoordinated and gangly, because he is still growing. He's national level at that age group, #1. Then he was selected with 4 or 5 others to go to Australia. And I think about 2 weeks, 3 weeks back, he jumped 1.95 meters. He has the talent similar or better than me. At the moment I went to the Olympics and then saw what it is and what it affects on me, to me, flags, anthems, national pride, no. It has no meaning to me. It is at that time it dawned on me, and sort of it suited my own way of thinking of things. I'm not patriotic to any country. Even Sri Lanka, I'm not patriotic. To me, it's a state that facilitates people to live together in harmony and better themselves. To me, I look at it that way. Not something that you have to bow down and worship or anything. I sang the national anthem in Sinhalese. To me, it's a song. To me, it didn't mean anything. But I don't know the national anthem in Tamil. But I like national anthems, and I feel stimulated that people are stimulated. But myself, I don't care for it. I was representing Ceylon at the time, but to me, if it's the 52 Olympics or 56 Olympics, which came soon after I left the country, and 58, all that is I was myself and the sports. The country is there to facilitate me enter to this competition. So I didn't look at it in a patriotic way. It's what I think, whether I am doing that or not, is more important to me than what anybody else, Tamil, Sinhalese or Muslims, tells me, because I know my own conscience, where I stand. It is needed, I think, as per to our community now. It is very much needed to look up to some, or for a hope for an athlete or a professional doctors or something like that to achieve a fame beyond the island, beyond Sri Lanka, at the Asian level or higher, because they identify with sportsmen and it makes them feel good. Sports to me is a avenue to, it's a therapy for trauma of any kind, whether it's a home trauma or national trauma. So it's good for that. He may not know it. I didn't know it when I jumped at 1958 Asian Games and won, and the gold medal. The same day that appeared in the newspapers here, the same day the riot started, May 24th, 1958. So I am for political reconciliation. First, I don't go subscribe to the other one. You reconcile socially and others. By reconciling with the South, we have to engage in political discussion with the South, people to people political discussion. That I am for it. But not to go and say, come, let us drink a cup of tea together, we are friends, let's play cricket together. That's a nonsense rubbish that people talk about. They just don't know the depth of the problem. It's broken. It's broken. So we don't talk about politics. I don't talk about politics with any of my athletes, friends, or any of the officials I deal with. On both sides. If you are going for sports, let's go for sports, stop at it. If you want to talk politics, let's talk politics directly, not pull. So I avoid it.